Hello and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
My name is Jason DeRoss.
Wow. Okay. Everyone, I hope you can see Jason. Wow.
Business. Business.
Business.
With the toy basketball net in the background. Business.
Okay. So everyone knows that yesterday Jason and I fully lost our minds. One would say maybe potentially we hit rock bottom. I feel like I'm still there wearing a wolf sweater. But Jason decided to come
Wow,
correct.
1:30 came early.
1:30 Kimberly. Charlie's already here. So Jason, do you want to? I think you talked about Han Solo. Oh wow. Okay. So Jason, do you want to explain your look before we introduce our guest today?
Well, yesterday I said I'm coming correct. And so I showered, I shaved, I took off a shirt that I was wearing for 48 hours. And that's it. Put on a suit.
Jason's
Got
wearing
some
this.
got some terrible earphones in because I got some new ones coming because I'm not going to wear the duct tape headphones anymore. Living life. Living large.
Living large, living right, living tight. I wish Jason had told me about this bit because I couldn't have come less correct. Less correct. Like, it is astonishing to me. Anyways, it's actually kind of serendipitous that you're super dressed up because our guest that we have not only is like an incredibly talented performer, comedian, writer, creator, all of those things, but he truly is the most put together human being I have ever met. He's
Out of
already
any of
giggling.
my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
He has everything together to a point where, like, I mean, we all need to step up our game. And Jason, you have today, and I have to say that I am poo poo pee pee full on.
Happy Earth Day. Happy.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Do you want to introduce our guest because I feel like you guys
Fuck
are
yeah.
okay? Yeah. So any sort of intro before we proceed?
Great. Amazing improviser. Comes from the Backline podcast.
Yes.
Has been just a comedian extraordinaire, writer and actor on Working Moms. I'm
Wow.
gonna get this intro right.
You got it.
Most importantly, my ex-roommate.
And MVP.
Adam Colley.
Yes, Adam Colley, everybody. Welcome, Adam.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
This is but a dream. You have been an MVP of This Dumb Thing, which is Jason and I's original podcast. Now The Regulars. You're such a supporter, and like we are, but honored to have you on the pod.
Well, I was trying to figure out how I should look for the pod
Exactly.
because I've watched many of your episodes, and usually, Stacey, you are a vision, and
Thank
Jason is a trash bag.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how do I meld those two?
Of course.
And just be average. And
Wow.
then I showed up, and not only are things reversed,
They're reversed.
but Jason went to maitre d' land and showed up with the sweater vest.
I had to prove that I always have vests. Second City always put me in vests, and this is a Second City vest.
Jason loves a vest. I literally feel like I took what Jason looked like yesterday. I've put it on my body, and I feel like it's really I would say serendipitous. I've already said it once. I'll say it twice and thrice, but I've put you in the middle because I feel like you're a perfect balance. Because Jason's on some other level. I also want to say just already in the chat that people are obsessed with Working Moms, and you are responsible for it being so great as a writer and performer on the series.
I'm very happy that people enjoy it. Yeah.
Of course they do. It's so great. But yeah, so Jason tried to tell me once before that he does not wear vests. Now, you've known Jason longer than most.
I don't. I wore it in shows.
Oh. Jameson said J-Bone got promoted. Now you're working at the keg. No more Lone Star for you anymore. No flaming nachos.
You like the peppercorn on the side? Great choice.
Have you ever been a server, Jason?
No, I've been in the back, cleaning dishes, busboy. That's me.
Adam, have you been a waiter?
No, I would be a terrible waiter.
Because I think you would be great.
Uh,
I think you would have
Look,
been
Adam
great.
looks great. Adam would walk out and you'd be like, wow, this is a classy restaurant. But Adam would, because I've seen, we're kind of going to get into it today, but Adam gets whatever he wants from somebody.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can't imagine him being on the other side, taking crap from somebody, being like, no, 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 we're going to sit over there in that booth. You can't sit in that booth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we want to sit in that booth. To have an Adam Colley approach an Adam Colley would be a world explosion.
Ooh,
Wow.
that would be tough.
Now, for people who don't know what's about to happen, Adam is the person that gets anything he wants, like meaning like refunds. We're going to talk about like getting your money back, right? Is that how you would define
'cause I
it?
mean, like,
There's more to it than just getting money back, but yes.
What else is to it, Jay?
Upgrades.
Oh, upgrades.
Sit where I want.
Yeah.
Anything. Because I've been on road trips with this guy. The second we walk into a hotel, I didn't even see it coming the first time. He's like, so what can you do for us? And we're like, I'm like, we already booked the room. He's like, so it's our first time in Washington. It's this guy's bachelor party. So what can you upgrade for us? And I'm like, what?
Did you get upgraded?
100% every
Yeah.
time.
So I'm so excited because I love a freebie. I love an upgrade. I flew first class and I was like, this is it for me. Like I belong here. So I'm like waiting to hear all your tips and tricks.
it all started because my dad is a very charming Irishman,
Yes.
and my dad taught me the most valuable lesson, which is the worst they're going to say is no.
That's true.
So if you can handle that embarrassment, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
right.
Then
Wow.
there's nothing you lose. So when I was 18, we were in Dublin going on this pub crawl, and my dad, it's awesome that you can hang out with your dad and like go drinking and be like, I think he might do better at this bar than I will. And he's
Really?
like 70. Oh
Sick.
yeah. And
Sick.
so he would tell me these stories about him growing up in Ireland, and what they would do is him and his buddy, just for fun, would go. So there's the bar, then there's
Mhm.
everyone standing at the bar trying to get the bartender's attention. They would see how far back they could go at the bar, get the bartender's attention, order, then walk through the crowd, get their drinks, and leave. And so I was like, this is a great plan. Let's try. And so I kept going ahead because, like in Ireland, if you order a drink, they assume it's Guinness.
Right.
So unless you tell them something differently, so if you just go back and you're like, then guy's like, gotcha.
Whoa.
And so I kept going back and back, and then I was like, okay, Dad, hold open the bar door for me. I'm gonna go out onto Grafton Street. And so I go out into the street. And I'm like, yo. And the guy goes, and I was
No.
like, okay, yeah. And so and then I walked into the bar, through everybody, grabbed my drinks, and I was like, okay. So it's just, the risk is you look dumb or you feel embarrassed, but the
Right.
reward is what a dumb thing we just pulled off.
That's true. I think that's the thing. It's like the fear of looking dumb or feeling embarrassed first of all, the sales, like the serve staff or the whatever, they don't care. It's their job. They're going to move on. And if you don't care, it's not a big deal.
No.
That's the
And I
thing.
mean-
Like Adam knows, like when you walk away, they're not thinking about it 2 minutes later. They're going on with their day and dealing with their life. For me, polar opposites.
Oh, I've seen it. We have seen it.
I would go and apologize later, and they'd be like, "Who are you?" And I'd be like, "Remember, I came in before and I asked for an upgrade. I was lying. I don't have a bachelor party today."
I'm in this suit. I have a job interview.
Like, could you both go into a restaurant and use the bathroom if you weren't buying anything?
Okay, here's the thing. It
No,
wouldn't
I'll buy a
even
cookie. I'll buy something.
Yeah, it wouldn't even enter my brain to go in. Like to go, like I can go into this restaurant. They don't know. I could be sitting with anybody. I could be meeting a friend, and then I could just, do a full paint job in the bathroom and then leave, and they would be none the wiser. But it wouldn't enter my brain. Paint
What's a
job?
paint job in the
When I was-
bathroom?
A paint job? Oh,
When
okay.
I was
So this
back
is
last
hold on.
summer,
Let's stop here and let's unpack what a paint job is. Now, it's from Tim Robinson from his characters, but it's like fully shitting your pants in the bathroom. Just
Okay, good.
unloading,
Okay, just checking.
just really unloading on the toilet, just giving him all the business. A paint job.
A full-on diarrhea poo.
Exactly.
Great.
Okay, Jason, what were you saying?
well, when I was back last summer, we went out and we were drinking out in the park. I met up with a few friends, Adam included, and then we were taking a walk. We're like, we got to go to the restroom. Like, we got to find a place to go to the washroom. And I was like, well, there we go in that bar there. And so there's like 6 of us all walking into use it. For me, it felt like a mission impossible. I was like, I'm undercover right now. I've got to walk ever so stealthily, pretend like I'm looking at the menu on the bar. I'm going to buy something. But there, Adam's just like, no, I'm just going to go to the bar. And then nobody said anything. Nobody cared.
The trick is you act like you belong.
Exactly.
And if you have the
that's what you said on that day.
Yeah, because especially it's tough if there's like a host. If there's a host who's like kind of blocking the way,
yeah,
right? You don't want to be like, hi, I don't normally do this, but can I use the bathroom, please? You just walk right by, and you could always do this, and then walk in as if you're waving to the person at your table.
Oh, see, this is great. So a big tip, I would say tip number 1 is there's a lot of just a lot of this,
There's a lot
of fingers, a lot of in the air. We're doing a lot of pointing.
What happens that one time when you go like this? Oh, and then the host goes, "Who are you pointing at?"
That would happen because that would happen to Jason.
That would happen to me for sure. And I'd be like, I'm just that painting over there is really just so. How much is that painting?
Jason just faints.
Yeah, he's a fainting goat. He's so scared. Now, I do love just pretend you're there, because what I do is I over-explain. If I'm trying to sneak into a place or get past a rope, like the roped off thing, I'm like, oh, my friend, and it's me and my friend, but you just silently go in, right?
Well, you think of like you've both, you're actors and you work a lot, and you're like, how many times are you on a set and you're like, I don't know who half the people are here, but they're all like doing a job or looking busy.
It's true.
And so you're like, I'll let you do whatever you want. I'm not going to call you out.
That's true. That is true.
And it's not about like.
But those people are actually there doing a job. They're not just pretending to do a job.
Adam, that's what Adam thinks. He's on set. He's like, I know we're all pretending here.
This is the Truman Show. You guys are just all walking around. Then you're working.
But like, okay, this is not about like taking advantage of people.
No.
This is just like, it's like you need the bathroom. What does it cost them? Do they care?
No.
You're just using the bathroom. That's it. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't care. No.
The upgrades thing.
Let's get into upgrades.
Hey.
Let's get into upgrades.
What do you need?
Because
Stacey, have you ever asked for an upgrade?
No, but I have prayed for one. I would love to know how to get a goddamn upgrade, because I'm not traveling with a group. I'm usually by myself. I don't have any check luggage. I want a freaking upgrade.
Yeah, but you're like my friend Joey. I had this guy named Joey, Mountain Joe. Adam knows him.
Okay.
But he was always like, oh man, I can't wait till I win the lottery. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm like, have you ever played the lottery? He goes, no. But it's the same thing. It's like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get an upgrade, but you're waiting for someone to ask you if you want an upgrade.
Well,
you're not pulling the Adam Colley and asking for, we just got to ask for it.
So how do you ask for it?
I don't know, but the next time I'm in town, you and me have to film ourselves going to a hotel and asking for an upgrade.
Well, how do you do it? How are you upgrading, and what are you getting with the upgrade?
Okay, so it depends. Let's start with hotels.
Yes.
Okay, so hotel, if you're in a group, you always separate yourself from the group.
Okay.
Because you don't want a Jason DeRoss beside you giggling as you're asking.
No.
What
giggling,
you do is
sweating, full paint job.
Painting. Full paint job.
Full paint job. Yeah.
So you send Jason somewhere where they can, like the receptionist or the booking agent can see Jason, and then you pull one of these. So, see my friend, it's a big thing for him. It could be whatever. It's his birthday. He doesn't want to make a big deal of it, but I really want to make this thing special for him. And we all brought him out here. It's his first time doing this thing. Is there any way we could get any kind of upgrade to make this thing special for him? Like, do you have like a room or a better view, anything, and get them excited about helping?
Wow. Get them excited about helping.
As you were telling me this, you sold me, because I was like, what could I give this guy?
Me too. I was like, he's never been to Washington? Oh my God, he's never been to Washington.
Well, you know what? I got 2 tickets to the Nationals games tonight. I was gonna go with my wife, but you think you'd like the Nationals?
I think you'd like my wife.
Wow. And so what have you gotten in an upgrade? Like do you want a better view? Like what is the best upgrade you've ever gotten?
I think the best upgrade I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
It depends. Like on a
Maybe
flight.
Halifax.
Yeah, we got the suite. We got the best suite
We
in
got
the
a
hotel.
suite, and then we were like, "What's this room? Oh, a closet." And we opened it. It was a full boardroom with a boardroom table and a whiteboard in our hotel room.
That's amazing. Did you guys do like full on bits in that boardroom?
We full on dressed up in suits because we all brought our suit. We got a bunch of drinks and a bunch of chips, and we had a business meeting.
That's amazing. I would have done the same. How many was it? 3 of you?
3 of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 improvisers given a boardroom in their hotel room, and they have the props. A nightmare. It would. So
It really ate into our vacation, but
did it
in
really?
a good way. No, we just stayed in there and played boardroom.
We played boardroom.
Like for me doing those things, because we go on, Jason and I and another friend go on trips. We used to go to trips once a year, and my favorite part about any night, whether we're going out on vacation or in a city that we live in, my favorite part is getting ready.
Oh, it's the best. Nothing beats it. Not a dinner, not a thing. It's always the best. I agree.
Sometimes, yeah, like sometimes I like to, even for myself, make a plan and then not go and do it. But like everyone knows the energy is there of like, we got to get ready. Oh, let's finish that drink. Oh, one more song. Oh, let's do this.
Yeah,
let's
totally.
do this. And then it's like midnight and you're like, should we just stay in? Yeah, let's just stay in.
It's the best.
And yeah, so this quarantine is not allowing us to do that fully, but it feels like we have to manufacture that feeling of like, we pretend that we're going to go out and we still got to get dressed up. We still got to feel that excitement of something's about to happen.
It's true. That is actually a really great tip to like, if you are feeling the quarantine fever of like, oh, like I need to get out of my house. Like what Jason and I felt yesterday. You have to get dressed and get the vibe going. Like you're going to go out.
Yeah. Or like get dressed and pretend like you are about to show someone the dessert cart.
Adam,
Jason.
God damn it, you full treasure. Yeah, you had Jason at dessert, not even the finished word.
I don't know, man. Dessert for me is
Oh,
that
God.
spaghetti was really good. Can I have that again? And then that's
I'll
that's
tell you,
dessert.
we went out at Second City. I don't think the cast will mind me saying this, but like we went out and Second City sort of took us out for a meal, like after a show. And I was taking along as the assistant director because, like Adam, I love an upgrade, right? I'm here in free meal. I go, okay, I'm gonna make myself available. One of the cast members ordered 2 entrees. Bold. Bold.
At the same time?
Yeah. One to take.
I think I could guess who that was, and if I'm right, that man is the skinniest man in the world. So I don't know how he fits in 2 entrees.
It's right, yeah. 2 entrees, and I just thought that 2 entree energy I need to start bringing into my life. And Adam, dare I say you have a 2 entree energy?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, not that you look like you would enjoy 2 entrees. You work really hard on your bod. We've called you multiple times. You're always at the gym.
But if Adam did that, Adam would pay for one of them.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is like, if the credit card is down, it's fine.
Oh, that's not what I mean. I mean, get rid of the Second City thing. If Adam walked into a restaurant by himself and was like, I really want both of these. So what could you do for me here? I want to try both of these, but and they're like, great,
So
we'll pay for one.
Okay.
And
I think I need to clarify my position here. This is not about ripping off
No,
restaurants.
we don't think.
I don't mean ripping off. There would be a way that if you walked in and you saw 2 entrees that you're like, well, I really want to try them both, you would at least get a taste of the second one,
Adam
if you really
Colley
wanted to.
invented half and half. You can get fries and salad because of Adam Colley, because a deal has been made with restaurants.
Ordering off the menu? Oh my God.
Do you order off the menu?
100% all the time.
No. What do you mean?
Stacey would hate going out with you and I both because I would order the
No.
weirdest thing on the menu, and then Adam would be like, "Do you have lo mein?" We're over the Italian restaurant.
Could someone go and get me lo mein?
First of all, Jason's obviously craving lo mein, and
Because Adam would never order lo mein.
No, I've never.
hi, these waffles look amazing, but I was hoping for some lo mein.
At the
Maybe
Waffle
you can put
House.
them on top
Yep.
of the waffle.
Yeah,
I'll try it.
Yeah, of course, Jason. Yeah.
It's Jason's first time eating lo mein. I was wondering if you could help us out and maybe get them excited to get Jason lo mein.
Now, when you go to the airport, because I would like to talk about flight upgrades, because there's a whole lot of things that you're good at, and I know that airlines are a real full nightmare because I've lost so much money on flights. Like having to change or last minute plan changes, or like I lost like $600 once because I was in LA, I was supposed to fly home.
I lose money all the time on flights.
And then I had an audition and they made it seem like it was a big deal. It wasn't. And then there was no money, even though I had insurance. So
Well, this is the thing. So airlines, fuck airlines.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about airlines. You make so much money. I'm totally fine to squeeze anything I can out of you.
Right.
So it depends what level of the trip you're at. So probably like we got to be realistic about what you can get. And there's no way you're getting first class. No matter how much of a sob story you're given.
Yeah.
But the key things you can get is emergency section.
Legroom.
Yeah. So this is mostly, again, having to not look for sympathy, but try and again get them excited. So for example,
never in my life have I seen anyone excited at the airport.
But if you're like I don't know, like let's say me and my girlfriend are going on a trip, and we get up to the desk and we're like, is the flight very full? Do you know how many people are on the flight? Oh yeah, it's this kind of flight. Oh, because we've just had the day, and we've got to go all the way. And when we get to Ireland, we're going directly to a wedding. Is there any way? My girlfriend she would love to get some sleep because she's got to go try on this dress as soon as we get there. Is there anything you can do in terms of like, I know the emergency aisle has like extra legroom sometimes. It'd just be easier to sleep. Is there anything that you could do there? Let me see. And then you can get it.
Whoa.
Not me, man.
Damn.
Not me.
See, again, the success rate, is probably around 50%.
Right.
But you have to be prepared for that negative 50, and you have to look at them and say, fair enough. Like,
right, totally. But you don't do you push? Like if they're like, I don't know, and you're like,
no, because again, it's most of the time it's not. They don't have the power to do this stuff. But if it's available, all it takes is someone to ask,
and they'll do it.
Yeah, but if you ever get mistreated, oh boy, the letters that you can send.
So I have seen you writing and sending and receiving multiple correspondence from airlines.
So
I've written a bunch in my head. I've only written them in my head, and then I'm like, I send them like this. Yeah, that would get them, but then I don't do it.
So I'm just looking at what I currently am owed from Air Canada. I am owed $150 for them hanging up on me and being rude to me. Then I'm owed 25% off a flight because my flight was delayed 2 hours. They don't pay you. They don't give you any discount unless it was over 3 hours.
Wow.
But
how do you know these rules?
They tell you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, because you'll call and they'll be like, sorry, it's this and this and this. So, like, for example, if I flew to LA and they were delayed 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the shuttle, like the bus shuttle that gets dropped off like right by my house is like $8. But if they am delayed 2 hours and the shuttle no longer runs, I've got to pay like $70 to get in a Uber to get home. And I'm like, let's fucking extra $70 from you. Give me the $70 back.
And do you get that
like,
$70?
Yeah.
So who do you call to get that back?
there's a selection of numbers.
Oh my God, I
This is
love
the thing.
this.
You have to be prepared to put in the work because for me,
Exactly.
is the $70 worth it? I don't know, but the satisfaction
Of
of being
course.
like, you're not just because you're a fucking airline doesn't mean you get to take anything away from people. Because
Yeah.
I think about someone like my mom. My mom's not going to call. She'll just accept it and just eat the money. It's like too bad.
Right.
But for me, the satisfaction of being like, you thought you could just fuck us over and there's no consequences.
Right.
Justice. Justice is the added bonus.
Oh my God. Just getting money out of principle, I am boned up to the max on this.
Because we just came out of like this pandemic is kind of like a lot of people have to cancel flights and everything, and the airlines making it a thing to give credits and not refunds.
Right.
Which I even paid for the insurance to get. I'm like, if I have to cancel, then I get the money back. I still only just got the credit, and Adam,
Got the
who I
money.
guarantee you did not pay the insurance. Also
You
had to
didn't pay
cancel flights.
insurance?
Well, it's a little true because I have a travel credit card where insurance
On.
covers it.
Okay.
Can I say this? I have the exact same credit card. I know this because we were roommates and we got them together, essentially. And the credit card also, above and beyond this story, I use the same credit card, so I have the same amount of insurance. But also the credit cards cost $120 a year. Adam, how much do you pay for this credit card per year?
How?
Zero.
Did you get that?
He told him he
Hey.
didn't want to pay it.
And they said, okay.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. It's like, well, that's the price. Well, look, have I ever missed a payment? I do this. I use it this amount of time. I think I would appreciate it as a loyal customer to not have to pay this.
Wow. You know who you would love,
I did call
Adam?
to follow up with this, and they were like, definitely not.
Well, I mean, you know who you would love? There's this guy that I started following called the Points Guy. And the Points Guy is all about travel and points and like credit cards and like how to really navigate like free trips, amazing upgrades, like becoming like Delta Diamond level, blah, blah, blah. But it's all these like workaround and not scammy, but like the fine print, like you're kind of working through. Like you're owed these things. This is the thing. I got to send you this guy's
I think
info.
that's what it is. Like, I love good customer service.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're at the point now in society where it's almost hard to reach someone about customer service.
100%.
And so I feel like you're making the same amount of money. You're this massive corporation.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking beat me. Let's go. And so getting all of these, it's not even getting extras. It's just like, this is fair, right? Can we agree this is fair? You canceled my flight. Give me my money back.
And they did. How long
Fair.
were you on the phone for with Air Canada to get your money back?
Depends. It could be 10 minutes. I've done, for the last flight I had to do, it was a flight I was supposed to tour Europe, and I bought a flight from LA direct to Copenhagen.
Wow.
And so I had to pay 65,000 points on my card and $900.
Same card. I know this card.
And so they were like, well, you booked on point, so it doesn't really count. It's not canceled. It's delayed. All of this back and forth. You should call the airline because it's like a Norwegian airline.
Right.
And I was like, here's the deal. You have all of this money.
Yeah.
You're the insurance company. Give me that money. And I did have to wait almost 2 hours on hold because this was right at the beginning of the COVID crisis.
Right.
But you pop in your AirPods, do a little walk, have a hang. You're golden. I got.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got 65,000 points and $900 back. And then my flight back to LA, I got all of my Aeroplan points back and all of the money back.
You are truly an angel from above, and I hope people are really listening because it is truly a waiting game. I remember I love to do like a staycation. So during the Raptors parade time, Hotel X had just opened. And so they had these crazy deals on Expedia. So I was like, I'm going to go like take a staycation. I'm just going to go to this new hotel. And then I went because they had a rooftop pool that was still open. So I was like, I'm treating myself. Went there, pool shut down. Half the elevators shut down. You couldn't use the hotel at all. I was on hold with Expedia for 3 hours because they never, you never get your money back. But I just played the waiting game. and I got all my money back. It was nice. A free
I'm
night.
proud of you.
Free night. They
I'll
gave
say
me
this,
everything back.
When I go back to Toronto, I will stay at Adam's house often, and I won't bring up why because I think we'll leave that alone. But like Adam is on his earbuds. Well, I'll tell you about it after. But like Adam, last time I was back, he was on his earbuds. We are just hanging out. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then he was just on hold, waiting to talk to someone. Do you know what I'm talking about, Adam?
I don't.
I don't know if I should say this or not.
Okay, well then don't. You
Because
can,
of me?
Well, you were on hold because I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, these guys park out front of my house." So I just
Oh, absolutely. So,
okay, good. I didn't.
oh no, that's fine. So I live right beside a subway station, and it's like a residential street, and I pay for parking. I pay for street parking,
yeah.
and there's a 1 hour limit that you can park there, and if not, because there's no other parking near me, I would have to drive so far.
Totally.
And so the TTC, the subway system here, their workers will park there from 9 to 5 because it's directly across from the subway. And so they would just take up all these spots and put their little lanyard of like, I'm a subway driver in their car, thinking the parking officers aren't going to give them a ticket. And so
And they probably don't.
They chalk the car, chalk the tires, an
Yeah.
hour later come back, give them a ticket. Those cars don't park there anymore.
That is so, it really is a waiting game.
But what I bring it up because you were doing it like it was a daily routine, like you were just eating cereal,
Yes.
and you got your iPhone. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just on the phone with the city. What?
Yeah.
Adam is creating the life that he wants, and all of us are sitting around and going, "Oh, I wish this isn't fair. Why isn't this fair?" And Adam is going, "No, thank you. I will like create my own heaven where rules are abided by."
So
Audrey
there
wants to know: Are you asking for the manager?
Yeah. Oh, I'm always asking for the
Yeah.
manager. I'm always asking for the manager.
Well, Stacey's face is asking for the manager. She said that before. We know that Stacey's face asks for the manager wherever it goes.
honestly, I would be terrified if Stacey asked for the manager. I think, Stacey, you have the perfect personality for this. Like, you
I
should be
know.
getting shit all over the place.
I agree.
I know somebody that works at a restaurant, and they have this like an older gentleman that works there with them on the same level. Like he's a server, but he's a bit like he's older, and he's kind of like, I don't know, I don't care anymore, and like he's been working in this job for a long time, so he's just like, whatever. They just, whenever someone asks for the manager, they go get him, and they're like, can you go over pretend you're the manager?
But listen, when you ask for the manager, you have to ask twice because you know that they're probably faking you out the first time. This is what I'm
Whoa.
saying.
They are.
Listen,
They are
I
at this
almost
place.
killed a man trying to buy a car. I almost ruined a man's full life. The deal I got was insane, and listen, I'm not about the BS. I'm just not about it. But
Yeah.
I feel like the things that you win on, I feel like are unwinnable fights. But now my perspective has changed here.
Yeah. So another, I forgot, because was it Audrey?
Mhm.
Yeah. A great thing for the phone is ask for their employee number,
Whoa, scary.
because then they know you're going to identify, like, they got to be careful of how they talk to you.
Yes.
And if you use words like, I don't feel appreciated as a customer, I don't feel like you're listening to my problems,
I'm
all of their
disappointed.
calls are recorded. You'll hear like, we record all our calls for customer training.
Yeah.
You can and so if you get to the point where you get to the highest person and they're like, we won't do anything for you, tell them to go and listen to the original call, because you're like, you record all your calls, here's the employee number. That means so much work for them that 9 times out of 10 they're like, just take it.
Yeah, it's not
Take
worth
whatever
it.
you want.
That is.
This is a game of chess for you. You're just like, yeah,
Yes.
checkmate.
Because
I'm gonna
it's
make
like
you do
they're,
work.
they're literally taking advantage of you because
Yes.
they think you won't meet the requirements to get what's owed to you.
It's true.
And if you make them do the work of like, go listen, you record all the calls, go listen to it, because I gave them all the information, or they treated me like this, and they'll be like, oh, you know what? They'll always do this. Let me put you on hold and ask Jeff. And
Yeah.
then they come back like, Jeff just was taken with your story, and of course Jeff allowed me to do this, which is bullshit. but they just gave up because they don't want to deal with this anymore.
I
I
feel
think
like
Andrada put on here somewhere publish the numbers, and I don't know what necessarily
he
meant
meant
by
the
that, 'cause
phone
I
numbers
remember
to
we were
Air
talking about-
Canada. But I think what Adam is saying is like you're going to get transferred around. There's multiple numbers that they're going to give you whilst on the call. I'm sure they don't publish these numbers.
But what I was getting at is, Adam, you could literally write a book or start a site
You
that
should.
you could get people to pay for, like, here's the tips to do this, because I'm in.
But you know what? I wouldn't, because I would be the kind of person that I would be like, give me that class for free. You're making me pay for this thing.
I also think a huge tip that you are imparting onto everyone here is that you have to maintain your own professionalism to win this fight, because like you know me, like, well, not anymore, but before therapy, you know, I'm on with MasterCard. Am I calling them vermin? Once or twice or thrice I have. Okay.
Vermin.
I was like, you're a vermin.
So Stacey,
I'm not going to win the fight there, but now I'm hearing.
Classic collie tip.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to say, look, Stacey, I know this is not your fault.
Oh,
I know
100%.
you're not the one making these decisions, right? Get them excited to help.
Here's a piece of advice I'd like from you. Okay, so I won't say the company. I'll say it when we're talking off here. But I was signed up for like a car rental company thing here. And you can basically pick up the car wherever and drop it wherever. It just has to be legal parking. I did that, okay? No one picked up the car for like a week. And then it rolled over. You know how like here in Toronto, it's like you can park here for like so many days. And then after a certain time, it's whatever.
I thought you meant the car rolled over. I was like, what?
No. No. And all of a sudden, I got a ticket for $400. Because no one picked up the car, and they were like, oh, well, you're the last one who used it. I'm like, but because you don't have customers like that want your service, like I am not, like, how am I responsible? Anyways, they have it in their fine print. I was screwed. But like, how would you have worked that? They were like, you're not getting your money back. You owe $400. How would you have worked that?
I mean, that's a tough one. If it's in the fine print,
Yeah.
that's always tough.
Yeah.
And that's when I think it depends, like, in what kind of situation you are in, right? If you're doing this over $20 versus 400,
Yeah.
For a big company, that 400 is nothing to them, but it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
That's when you may have to pull out the sob story.
Yeah, I tried. Oh, I tried. I lost. But again, you know, we turned in at some point. I did call them vermin. So, I lost again.
Stacey, what you could try, a desperate move,
Yeah.
which I don't think has ever worked for me.
Okay.
But it's real Hail Mary.
I love.
Is you say, could I get could I get an official statement for a story I'm writing? So they don't know, like, if you work for a publication.
I'm going to do that. There will be a time where I'm going to pull it out. Can I get an official statement?
And yeah, do you have a representative?
Have you ever done that?
I've said it. I've never written a story.
No,
But
I know you've never written a story.
That's perfect.
I just feel like, because in my mind, I'm like, there are people out there that do this all the time. So as soon as I say that, they know I'm just lying. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to hold on and back it up. I'd be like, what? In my mind, they'd be like, well, what story are you writing? What publication are you ready for? Fucking the newspaper.
you're an improviser.
I know.
know.
And I'm terrible.
What I want to know is, when did you start? So where did you just write info at Air Canada or customer service at Air Canada?
Yeah, you can do like on their website, they'll always have a contact us, and
Right.
often it's like filling out a form, which really sucks.
Right.
Like it's an embedded form that you have to fill out. But depending on the severity of, I wish I had one with me. Like I got stuck one time in San Francisco. I'm just like, well, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. And they gave me this like secret Air Canada card that has like numbers. Well, you will reach someone immediately.
Oh,
And
wow.
so if you have one of those numbers, or if you talk to someone in
I hope you laminated that damn card.
but yeah, you will always get a response because they have to, right? That's someone's
Right.
job. You do get rejected, and sometimes you'll get something like 25% off your next trip. You'll get a $150 credit. You'll get something. But I started learning because we just traveled a lot. And
Yeah.
there's just so many problems that we just started to be like, well, this can't be like, there can't be no consequences to this company
100%.
for just screwing us over. And so we just started to slowly dip our toe in, and it started to work.
The last time
Wow.
this happened to me, I went on I think I was visiting my parents and I called somebody over and was like you got to deal with this. But then they were like, what do you want? And I don't know. And she's like, great. And she got all pissed off and then walked away. And I was like, I feel terrible right now. So I did try to go Adam Cawley it. And I walked over because she walked in this place with all these other employees. And I went in there and I was like, well, something's got to go on. And then they just gave us a credit for a flight, but then you got to use it in the next like 6 months. And I was like, well, I said it probably just went to the wayside.
Yeah, see, it's that moment where it's like, what do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because you
Yeah.
both are you're both freelance artists sometimes, and it's like, hey, can I hire you to do X? How much would you charge?
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like,
I hate
"Oh."
That's the worst.
And
Sometimes it's difficult.
I always think, what would I not be angry at? What price would not make me angry for doing this job?
That's actually really
And so
great advice.
if your clothes are all fucked, it's like, what do you want? Well, I want money to go and buy new clothes. I'd
Yeah.
like $700 for me and my family to not ruin our vacation.
Yeah, that's such a
true.
good
That's
price.
actually a good way to put it, because it's like, I'm like, I don't know what this is. Is this lobster? Did someone try to bring lobster and it spilled all over us or something? Like, what's going on here?
And it's not your fault, it's their fault. And it's like, what will actually make you happy in that scenario?
Yeah.
Not what will you tolerate, but it's like, what will actually make me happy is if you give me money for this and then get us a cab to our hotel.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we can do that.
You need to be efficient
Man,
and focused in your anger, because you can't just be generally angry. You have to have the solution in your head before the war begins.
Have you never met me? I'm just a little Rick.
Would do
Oh, he'd lose his mind.
because Rick Moranis used to be with Bob and Doug, right? And they were the biggest thing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're right.
Do you know the story,
100%
Stacey?
right.
No, tell the story.
So Bob and Doug McKenzie were these SCTV characters,
Oh, yeah.
and they were making fun of Canada. And so they became super popular. They had their own movie, they had like comedy albums, and Pizza Hut wanted them to be their spokespeople.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm paraphrasing the story, but basically they're like, okay, we got Rick, we got Dave Thomas, and we're going to pay them X amount of dollars. This is great. We're on set. We're shooting the commercial. Okay, Rick, so you just say their line and then take a big bite of pizza. And he goes, I don't eat pizza. Oh, well, Rick, we kind of need you to eat the pizza for the commercial for the Pizza Hut. I know, but I don't eat pizza.
What?
Well, okay, we'll be right back. And they come back. Rick, we kind of need you to eat the pizza. He goes, oh, well, give me $1 million and I'll eat the pizza. And they go away and they come back and they're like, okay.
They gave him $1 million.
It's Pizza Hut. And it's like, it's like getting Michael Jordan and fucking Wayne Gretzky at the time to like go and.
Last Decade just came out. I love Rick Moranis so much, but we're not going to compare Rick Moranis to the Michael Jordan comedy.
Whatever it is. But
First of all, who doesn't eat pizza? Or do you think he was just playing the game?
Oh, he
was
eats
playing
pizza.
the game. He doesn't give a fuck.
This is the energy I need to bring into my life. I need.
Stacey, you are primed. Like
I know.
If I was a dark Sith Lord, I would get you as. I would discover you as Kylo Ren and be like, I see potential in you. You are
so nice.
primed for this.
I know, but
I'm Luke. I gotta go get some converters.
I'm gonna go to the Toshi station and get some power converters.
Luke, are you wearing a vest?
I know. I don't really.
I just want to be like Han.
Han smooches my sis. Can I smooch?
I want to smooch my sis.
Oh, so I've been showing Charlie. We're now at three movies in. So we've just done Return of the Jedi, and then he found out Leia was Luke's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And that moment was like his Darth Vader moment. He goes, Leia's Luke's sister? That's why they kissed.
Oh.
Oh God.
Charlie doesn't have any siblings. I don't think he understands.
No.
But I was like, I didn't bring up the kiss or anything, but it was the first thing he went back to in his mind was like, they kissed.
Well, I
That's
mean,
amazing how much he remembers.
yeah, he's
Oh,
so
it's
young.
insane. He would tell me stuff about Star Wars, and I'm like, that's crazy, dude.
Like
He
what?
remembers everything. I wouldn't even be able to give you an example because I don't have that memory. But like every day he'll bring up something about the movie, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. We could. I mean, yes, it's true. Jabba the Hutt is on Tatooine, and that is where Luke grew up, and there are Jawas there if we do want to go find some droids for a cheap price. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Droids for a cheap price? You and Charlie are just negotiating cheap deals on droids together?
And then Adam comes in, and he's like, I'll take all those droids, please.
And for free, I think. I think I'll take them
It's
for free.
Charlie's first time buying droids. And,
You know, he's never been to Tatooine before. So
this would make his day.
I can't believe that this is such good advice that I really hope someone in the chat today gets something back that is owed to them with this advice. And
it's our most educational episode ever.
Yeah, this is like, this is real journalism here. And really, Adam's just been leading the whole brigade. But it's so true.
I think for anybody, it's like this is not about scam. This is for like corporations taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
And the worst thing they will say is no. And it's like, okay, then you're at the exact same place you were before.
100%.
But you have the satisfaction of, I know I tried.
I'm in a worse place headspace. I'll be like, oh man, if I screw this up, they know my name. They kind of know where I live because they have my address. For sure, they're going to come by and egg my house or something. This is no good.
They're going to egg your house?
I don't know. This is where my mind goes for sure, where I'm like, I don't want to push this guy too hard. This guy's just at work. He probably doesn't love his job. He's there like as customer service for a corporation. He's not.
I'll tell you this.
All right, guys, we got a new flight path. It's going New York to Chicago. And then tomorrow, who's egging the Duras house?
That's me. That's me.
All right. Thanks, Trevor.
No problem. Can't wait.
My son's allergic to eggs.
Charlie's helping us do it because it's just so embarrassing watching you just crumble. So true. I think that I feel like Adam knows the value of himself and his worth, and he is willing to stand up for it. And this is where Jason and I are different. Jason, especially.
Yeah, like at the beginning of this year, we were talking about how I'm a garbage bag. I'm not the garbage bag in the commercial where they're like, they lift it up and they go, see, doesn't break. They lift me up and I just go,
Wait, you're before the Glad bag?
I'm not the Glad guy. The Glad guy in the white suit won't touch me because he's going to get his white suit all paint jobbed.
Oh my God. I really regret bringing that up. But I will say I used to work at a bookstore. Not to brag, I did get fired. Well, actually I quit. But people used to bring back like remember the story when I quit? I said I would dedicate my Oscar.
But like this is like a I don't find
What's
me.
the story?
Quit,
the quick story is I worked at this bookstore and the manager really had a problem with me and because like I would take time off for shows because I was improvising at the time or doing comedy, but like I think she thought I was just like doing drugs and drinking and hanging out, which is softly improv, but I would be like, but other people would take time off because they were teachers. So anyways, I just think her perception of me was off, but she kept trying to get me to quit. So she was making the situations like unbearable at work. Like she would try and send me home for dressing inappropriately. And I only dress business, not even business casual. I dress business. So like,
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Button up. But she would be like, your skirt's too short. And I'd be like, there's no way. There's just no way. Anyways, and like I wasn't selling enough iRewards cards. It was for Indigo. I'll name them. Whatever. I ended up quitting by yelling at her and being like, you've made this unbearable. And then I was like, I'll dedicate my first Oscar to you. And then I slammed the door. Which is embarrassing because it implies I have to win multiple. But yeah, that's how I quit. But when I
Stacey, is there a? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna ask at a bookstore. I never thought about it. Like, is there a section where it's like Stacey's kind of a shit? We should shove her in the blank section.
No, I was a cashier. But here's the thing. So people, she thought I was really bad, but like if no one wanted to buy these cards, like those membership cards, which I don't think exist anymore.
Like Plum?
Yeah, well now it's switched to Plum, but some people just don't want free cards. So then the cashiers would just like tap their own card for the points, because then their managers would get off their back, because in the system it looks like that transaction included a
Whoa.
card. But I was just like, you don't want it? You don't want it. Whatever, let's move on. I did not care about that job. Anyways, when I quit, I was like, and there's a scam happening here. My hands are clean. I was like,
You ratted out everyone?
everyone.
This makes sense. Stacy taking people down, that makes sense.
But I remember working there and people would try and return books all the time. And I'd be like, whatever. I would just, or there was one time there was a book like fully damaged. This person was like, I just got this and I'd like to return it. I'm like, you had this for at least 20 years. There's no way. And the managers would be like, just give them the credit. Like, no one cares. You're right. You just have to ask. You'll get it.
Yeah. And those weren't those cards. It was like, do you want a card? It's like 10% off every second magazine.
Yeah,
And
the
you're like,
cards are stupid.
I don't want this.
No, the cards made no sense. They were expensive. People
You
would
had
just
to pay for those cards?
originally, but now they're free. But before you had to pay for them, and like only like really well off people would just pay for them just to end the exchange between myself and them. They'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just stop talking. And I was like, thank you, sir. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's my
Anytime you want to get anything, just think of getting to the point of someone saying, yeah, fine, just go. Return the book, whatever. I don't care.
just give me this broken book, whatever. Here's $25.
Yeah, I don't care. Go.
Go, please. My God. I can't.
Jason, are you going to try any of these techniques in the near future
If I
and
said
report
yes,
back?
if I said yes, I'd be lying. Although to report back, maybe I should try it just to report back.
I think so.
I'm gonna be sweating more than wearing a robe on Friday. Like it's gonna be maybe
You're in a suit.
that's
Don't you
my
feel
workout.
powerful in your suit? Like,
No, I feel like it's. I'm not gonna pan down because you're gonna see this vest is bursting. So definitely, I'm not feeling powerful in my suit.
is that your wedding suit?
No, it's not my wedding suit at all.
Oh,
This was from my very first Second City show, I believe.
so there you go. So you're fitting into that. That's amazing.
I'm not fitting into it. If I pan down, you'd see some buttons not done up. So I'm not doing that.
But at least you got it on.
Sure.
We should have Adam come back and we'll just talk about like fitness and goals, because I think Jason's concept of like getting healthy and in shape is completely incorrect.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
look
know
like a
how,
guy on the Men's Health magazine cover. That's healthy.
Please.
you look great. I think it's the attitude of like Jason is like, if you ever played like video games and like your character has like a turbo mode,
Yeah.
and then like Jason uses turbo mode on like his diets, and then he crashes
Oh, 100%.
and needs So I
That's
am very
100%
happy.
true.
But also Jason like will work out like crazy and then he'll be like, I'm gained weight. I'm like, I think you've gained muscle. And because he is like an aerobics woman in the 80s. He's all about the scale and calories.
I wish.
No,
Scale
Jay,
means jack. Don't listen to a scale, Jay.
that's what I keep
The pro- well,
saying.
And the problem with Jay, not a problem, but it's just that he's such a good friend
Mhm.
that even if he's on a diet, if you're like, Jay, I think I need to party tonight. Do you want to party? He'd be like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
My favorite story was when we were at Second City and Jason was sick. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta go home right after the show. I'm not feeling great." And then we were all hanging out, and he saw us all like hanging out, and he
I'm
was
not
like,
going home.
he didn't go home. And we were like, "You need to go home," and he was like, "No." And we're like, "No, you absolutely have to go home." And he stayed and partied.
The reason why I don't remember this is because
It happened so often.
there's no specifics to that story. That story has probably happened more than 10 times easily.
Oh,
One of my
easily.
time in
Well,
Second City.
you know the story, Stacy, of Jason throwing out his back in Boston
I do, with the
Well, that was
kettlebells.
dumb.
with kettlebells. And then did Jason go right to bed? No, Jason came out to breakfast with us.
I tried to party.
And then so we went
couldn't
out
walk.
that night. You couldn't walk, and we went out and we did a show, and we came back at like 4 a.m. We came in the room. Jason got up, ready to party. We had a great time.
Well, because I was waiting. I didn't tell you guys that I was waiting because I was like, I don't want to ruin your vacation. Like, go. You guys had to do a show and stuff, but like, I was pretty excited. I was like, I'm gonna order pizza, and I can't remember why, but it fell through. And then there was an event on TV, but then I couldn't get it on the TV, and I was like, oh, this sucks. But I was like, sitting waiting with like alcohol, being like, when those guys get back, there's gonna be a party. But they didn't get back to like 4 a.m. and I think I probably fell asleep by then. And then was like, okay, ready to go.
Oh my God.
Jason's like the person who's made dinner with 2 candles and 2
Oh,
plates
totally.
waiting in the dark.
That is Jason 1,000%. Oh, Jay.
So how was your night?
Oh, you're still up.
Yeah, the TV didn't work and the pizza fell through, and I won't tell you how. I don't know how pizza delivery doesn't work.
I can't remember. I don't think it was, I must have got pizza, but like there was like 3 things that I was like acceptive of. And I don't remember what the third one was, but I just remember being like, okay, this can't go any worse. Like I've thrown out my back, but at least, and those guys are going to go out, they're going to have a great time, but at least I've got like A, B, and C. And I remember A fell through and I can't remember how. And I was like, well, that can't be true. But then B fell through and then C fell through. I was like, I'm literally just sitting in a bed at this point, waiting for them to come back.
And they were doing an improv show, making new
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
You know, Jason, you should have gotten your money back from that pizza if it fell through.
I should have got money back from the hotel for kettleballing me.
And it was in America. My God, you could have sued that hotel. Like you got injured in their
100%.
gym.
Yeah,
Well, it's because
that's
he was
true.
doing kettlebell workouts that he had never done before, and he just decided that day to get in shape. It's so dumb.
On a boys' weekend. 2 or 3 nights in Boston, one of those days, kettlebells. Why?
That is classic Jason. He can't have anything nice.
That was our last boys trip. But you know what the worst part is? And I think I've told you this before, is like, so I had done my workout and then I was like, okay, cool, great. And then I was like, I'm going to go back up to the room. But then I saw the kettlebells. They were beautiful. Like they were shiny.
No,
and
Jason.
Nice and new. And I was like,
No.
I got to do this. So I did this
Flying
one side.
dirty.
I was just
No.
doing like squats and like just kind of like slowly lifting it up. And then I could feel my back start to go. And I was like, oh, fuck, something's going on here. So I put it down and I'm like, well, I did do 10 reps on this side. I got to get 10 reps in on the other side. I've got to balance it out.
Jason.
And so we wake up, we're all in the same hotel room. We wake up and we're like, you know, we were drinking and partying the night before. We're like, where's Jason?
Yeah.
And then all we hear in the hallway, you know, like under a hotel door, you can kind of see like light move when someone's walking down the hall.
Yeah.
And all we hear is, oh my God, sir, are you okay? Do you need help? And Jason just hobbling down the hallway and these elderly women trying to help him.
Oh my God.
Sir, are you okay?
Oh my God.
Yes, these darn slippers. Ugh, these slippers don't tug you.
These darn
Crazy, huh?
Jason, it's so pathetic. Just you crawling. I've never seen kettlebells or any sort of workout equipment, and I went, beautiful. They're stunning. I must use them. I must.
And I've never felt, wow, this hurts. Maybe do 10 more.
Well, that's Jason. I feel like he thinks workout should be pain, you know, and that makes me.
Yeah, you got to feel no pain, no gain. Wax on, wax off. Let's go.
I think it's because you have a weak like your abs, your stomach is weak. And isn't that what makes your back get thrown out? I threw my back out on my Peloton because I had to work on my abs. You know,
How is your Peloton?
Adam, let me tell you, it is a joy among joys. I don't know if you like spinning, but
I haven't. I think I would when it's like, I've heard of ones where it's like dark and there's candles and like house music playing.
it's the best. And so I basically create that
That's
environment.
very specific. Dark candles and house music. Of course, Adam wants house music during this. But
There's
yeah.
so
Isn't
many.
that a thing?
Oh, Adam, listen, I
Probably.
feel like if you were ever in the market to really treat yourself, I actually think of all the people I know, you would love having a Peloton because not only do you get spinning, but there's also like off the mat, like you can do full body workouts on it. And I just have like Bluetooth headphones and I like dim the lights and they have like full DJ classes, house music. Like I think you would like the vibe. And some of the teachers, like I burned like almost 500 calories last night doing a 45-minute class on my Fitbit.
That's awesome.
It wasn't like the computer said
I
I
think
did
Adam
that.
would also like it because I don't think you would like to go to an actual spin class because you would find something wrong with the actual spin class. Somebody would piss you off and sit on your bike or something.
And let me tell you,
I sit here every week.
the customer service, not even to bring it back, but the customer service at Peloton, because it's so stupidly expensive, it is like white glove level service.
Whoa.
I mean, you can there's a button to instantly talk to someone while you're on your bike. So if you're like clipped in and there's a problem, you can be like, excuse me, no, thank you. Or like email. But if I email, I get an email back or a call back in less than an hour.
So after you buy your Peloton, you still have to pay for the program afterwards?
Yeah, that's
it's
like
$40.
$40. Yeah. It's expensive. It's really silly.
Well, this brings me back because like I love a good pamper from a company, but all this like writing to get money back. Also, you should also write to give compliments.
Wow.
Like if someone really pulls some strings for you,
We've just flipped the page to the next chapter. This is fucking sick.
Wow. So you'll write a letter? Really?
Yeah, a tweet, an email, something to be like, hey, Air Canada, person at like gate 41 really helped me out of a jam. Pay them more or something. Just to give a shout out to like, oh, if you help out or like someone goes above and beyond, I'm always about giving.
I've done that before, and you get responses from those guys too. Because like I remember I had a really good Uber driver one time, and I was like, how do I give this person 6 stars? And they wrote back to me and they're like,
it's called a tip. It's just called a big tip.
I know, but I was like, it was just in my comments of like, blah, blah, blah. It was so great. If I could give 6 stars, I would give 6 stars. This guy's amazing. But they'd reach back to me and they're like, can you write about your experience for us, please? And I was like, oh, okay, great.
When I was in just starting college, I was like all of us, quite poor. And when I was like 19, I'll backtrack for a second. When I was younger, I had a pizza pocket, and the pizza pocket had no pizza stuff in it.
What?
And so I was like, this is just like a beef patty with no beef in it. So I was like, what the hell? So I called on the box. I was like 10. I called on the box. I was like, there's no pizza in my pizza pocket. And so they sent me a box of 40 pizza pockets.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, wait, so I remember one time I was working at the Second City Training Center to pay for classes.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any money. And so I was at the desk one time and I went to Shoppers and I got this bag of Jubes. And I was like, these Jubes are so good. I wonder if I wrote to them if they'd give me free Jubes. And so I wrote an email to the company being like, you know what? These Jubes, they're just so good. And I really love them. And then they sent me a bunch of free Jubes.
No, they didn't. Oh my God. I love that.
I also just want to be the telemarketer. That would brighten up my day so much of getting a phone from a call from a 10-year-old boy being like, hey man, hey,
I'm home alone.
Beans in my pizza bucket.
I put that pizza bucket in the oven for 40 minutes because you know it's always hot on the outside and cold on the inside. I took my time. I opened up. There was nothing inside.
Oh my God, Stacey, if Kyle can call all these companies, you would get so many things.
I know.
We should make a segment called Kyle Calls.
Yeah, where I call companies. What's your name, Lisa? I have to say, I opened up my bag of Jubes today. They were fresh, delicious, exactly what I needed for this afternoon. I'd like to thank you for all the work you did.
You're doing a cracking job.
Cracking job. I can't presume that you have a family or you have a partner, but if you did, I want to say they're very proud of you. Adam, I love that. I just feel like at a young age you were like, good or bad, I need my opinion to be heard, and it feels like it's working out for you in such an extreme way that I feel inspired.
When your parents are divorced and your mom works most of the time, it's like I'm alone at the house, or I've got an older distant brother. So it's like I don't have anything.
But I think that's impressive because I truly had parents that are still married, but it feels divorced. And I was home alone and I was just crushing Pepsi and eating white powder donuts in the basement watching Breaker High. I wasn't making phone calls to anybody.
Oh, Breaker High.
I wish that we were friends at a younger age because I might be a CEO if we had known each other. I might have been inspired to turn my skills into good instead of evil.
Oh, fuck. I love it. All of your stories, Stacey, of being a kid and just being this hilarious glutton. I love it so much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we love food, you and I feel like at a deep, profound level, I still, even now, like I have to ask, we're sort of like running to the end of this, but what is your like ideal quarantine snack right now? Like when you're going to the grocery store, it's not it's not, you can't like peruse, you're in and out, but what is the must in your house for snackage?
So it depends. Like during the week is pretty boring, pretty,
You're pretty structured.
lame, pretty structured. But weekends, cereal.
You love cereal so much, but
I
what
knew
is,
both of those answers. I knew both of those answers for sure.
but what is your
If
cereal?
you're away and you got to send Adam something, just send him cereal that you can't get in Canada, and it's the perfect gift.
But what is your top cereal right now? Like what is like, and again, this will always evolve and change. I'm sure next week it'll be a different flavor, but what are we feeling right now?
I think with quarantine, it's really got me nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I busted out the Nintendo 64.
Love.
And so something like a Golden Grams.
Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes me feel like pure kid is like a couple bowls of Golden Grams, real cold milk. I'm in heaven.
See, for me,
Kevin Dowse is now has the cereal one is what he's doing now, cereal competition on Facebook. I know that's a bit, nobody knows what I'm talking about necessarily, but he's having like these brackets because there's no sports of all these fun things, and Golden Grams did not make the list of the top.
that's
What
an
was it up
obscure,
against?
yeah.
It didn't get up against anything. He didn't put it in, and I was like,
It's an obscure
that's a hard
cereal.
one.
I would say not a lot of people are grabbing that. The Golden Grams? Is
I
it?
am all that's my cereal.
It's the Little Bears, isn't it?
No, Teddy Grams.
Oh, I'm thinking Teddy Grams. What are you thinking? Golden Grams. What is
Golden
that?
Grams are, graham crackers. It's like small graham crackers.
Oh, I
Like
know.
the shape of Shreddies.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Then
Interesting. See, I'm a Captain Crunch. There's something about like the cold milk with like the
there's
Captain.
something about ruining the top of your mouth.
Yeah, it's so good. And Fruit Loops. I just love Fruit Loops so much.
Fruit Loops.
I remember the day that I realized I was an adult was for some reason my pediatrician was like, give your kids whatever, but do not let them eat Trix.
Really?
And my mom was like, Trix? Okay. It's like, it has red dye number 5. And at the time in the 80s, Canada had this huge ban on this red dye number 5. And that's why we didn't have so many products that America had.
Right.
Like we didn't have cherry Coke for the longest time because it had red dye number 5. And so my mom was like, you can eat like any cereal you want, but not Trix. And then I remember the day when I was in the grocery store when I was like 18 or something being like, I can do this.
That's yeah. You can just buy whatever. When you realize when you're like, 18 or you're in college finally and you're like, I can eat like whatever I want. It's like such a freeing feeling. Wow.
It's bizarre, but I loved it.
Wow.
Jay, what's your snack?
My snack
Cheese probably.
is normally like, it's pizza, but I don't know like what I'm eating lately because oh shit, I wish I knew. I don't know because I eat so many goddamn things.
Yeah, but what's like your treat? Like this is the thing. You need to focus in on what brings you food joy.
You know what it is? I will say this then. Lately, it's because it used to be for sure like give me a good hummus and I'll dip some crackers in it. That's great.
Boring.
But lately, I didn't realize you could do this because you can obviously. But I was like, why am I taking this away from myself? I just found the best olives on the planet, and I'll eat like a bowl of olives, green olives.
Hell yeah.
And pitted ones. I never, or ones that have their pits in it, which I was like, never before. But if I'm at home and I'm just like, pits, I found the best olives at Trader Joe's. So good.
I love
That's my
olives
treat.
so much.
But I can't go into Trader Joe's right now, so I can't get them.
Yeah. Me neither. That's my greatest miss is Trader Joe's living in Canada.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is so good. And they have those like peanut butter cups that are really, really good.
Yes.
I've been really messing around with some chocolate covered pretzels right now. The salty sweet is really just like doing it for me in a way. So yeah.
People like the chocolate and the sweet. I like give me like a cheese and an olive, and like that's a treat for me for sure. A charcuterie board would be the best. That's my treat.
Whenever I would go to the States before I lived there, Chex Mix.
So good.
We have some in the cupboard.
Those dry rye chips.
Yep. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, we got to have you back on and we'll talk snacks. I have to.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have you
And
on.
I've got workarounds for all the healthy ones. Like you can manipulate certain snacks to make them healthier with just like a little adjustment.
We must have you back, and we most likely will have you back next week. So please be ready, because I need to know these mixes, because I'm working out, but I've hit the point of working out where I'm working out so much that I'm like, now I need to adjust my diet.
Ooh, I'd love to chat about that.
Because because when you work out so much and then you're like, when you finally realize like, oh, I've burnt 400 calories, but I'm gonna demolish a pizza. So what have I really done here? Do you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, totally.
The deficit. We're chasing the dragon. So I'm excited.
We're learning too much today.
I know we're learning so much. Everyone's been really loving it. Okay, so Adam, I'm gonna go take you to Promo City. So where can we follow you? And I'm gonna add, I've got your Twitter and your Instagram, but you also co-host the Backline podcast, which is an amazing podcast. But I'll let you tell everyone where you're at and where to find you.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Adam Colley. I'm on Instagram at the Adam Colley. The Backline podcast is a podcast if you are interested in improv comedy. It's basically a free lesson. And right now we're doing a mini series all on sketch comedy. So if you have any interest in writing sketch comedy and you don't want to pay for classes, it's a free once a week, a different lesson on how to do that.
Which is amazing. That's so great. Well, you're such a goddamn pleasure. And I'm so happy that you're in Canada. I can't see you, but it just makes my heart feel warm that you're safe and sound back home. Sorry, Jason. And Jason, do you want to say anything?
I didn't bring this up, so I don't know if I should bring this up or not.
Go ahead.
I was like, at first, we always talk before the podcast, and I'm like, I'm going to save this because I'll bring it up on the thing. Last night was a first for me. I experienced my first earthquake. So
wow.
I went through a 3.8 on the Richter scale earthquake, and it's scary AF. So did that. Yeah. But other than that, that's my life.
I love
Got
that we
dressed.
have been talking for an hour and 12 minutes. You have put on a suit and tie and vest. We have talked about many things, including you throwing your back out. And then at the very end where I go, do you have anything to say? I think you might just compliment Adam, say he's a dear friend, you love him so much. You go, I experienced an earthquake and I'm very scared.
Oh.
It's like the last 10 minutes of therapy where she's like, do you have anything else? You're like, I think I might hate my parents. She's like, well, time's up. Thanks so much. Well, it's done now. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the entire physical, but don't worry about that pimple. It's just a pimple. Okay, thanks a lot. Maybe I should tell you about the leg coming out of my ass. What?
A leg?
I got a full leg on my ass.
A leg coming out of your ass? Adam, do you see what I deal with?
Honestly, I feel like it's so good that I have someone who can help Jason like I do when I'm not with him.
Wait a minute, you call this help? You call this help?
Oh my god.
Stacy is like the bumper ball guards on a bowling alley for you, Jason. If someone throws Jason down and Stacy's like, a little this way, just a little this way.
Yeah, and I still want him to get thrown down, but I want him to be okay.
Yeah.
It's toss him about, but I'll keep him in lane. All right, everyone, please follow Adam Colley. If you're listening to this, you can also watch us. We go live Monday through Friday here on YouTube, so you should follow us and listen to the Backline. And Adam, we will see you next week to talk all things fitness, and I truly and utterly can't wait.
I love it. I'm so excited.
All right, everyone, have a nice day.
Happy Earth Day, everybody.
Yeah, let's throw that in at the end too. Okay.
I threw it in the beginning. I threw that at the beginning.
Okay, goodbye.